everyone. For anyone that's watching, I'm so excited. I have Andrea over here. She is the owner and founder of Candies for a Cause. So super excited to kind of get to know Andrea here on live with everyone, and have everyone also get to know her a little bit as well. So, how are you? I know you just came back from your trip.
I'm doing really good. Yeah, just flew in this morning from a not quite a week, but a couple days out in Louisiana celebrating Mardi Gras with my in-laws and had a very eventful travels home. So it took me 2 days, lovely weather, but I made it safe and sound. So we're good.
Wow, I know.
Yeah.
I saw you were in the airport trying to.
Documenting the king cake.
I saw that. Is
Chronicles
that like
of a king cake.
is that a big thing out there?
So yeah, king cake is it's a huge tradition. What that means is signifies prosperity and community, and you share the king cake, and
Hmm.
in the king cake there's a baby, and whoever gets the slice
Um,
that has the baby is supposed to have extra prosperity, and they are to represent the king cake for the next Mardi Gras season.
oh,
And
nice.
yeah. So I brought one of those home. It was a special request. They're not fun to travel with. But segue to from there is I actually did some freeze dried king cake and took it out
Mm,
to Louisiana. And it is being offered in a restaurant out there for donation. So for the
yay.
foundation. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh, look at you. All
Super
right,
fun.
so let's start with the basics. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What inspired you to start Candies for a Cause?
So I started Candies for a Cause. My first granddaughter was born with a cleft lip and palate, and I have been inspired by freeze drying for quite a few years now. Just the stuff that you can do with it and the nutritional value. And candy, freeze dried candy is kind of a happening thing right now. So I thought, well, let's start some freeze dried candy and see what kind of profit we can generate to help cover any expenses that might come along this journey. Not knowing what incurs during all of this. Um, so that was my initial purpose of starting Candies for a Cause. And
Mm-hmm.
then leading into doing extra research, looking for support systems, funding, organizations, whatever there might be out there, I came to find very little support. A lot of the two major nonprofit organizations actually send resources out of the country, which is very much needed. But I wanted to create something here locally to have a confident cleft community. And so now we have gone nonprofit and created a foundation that is dedicated to supporting those born with a cleft lip and palate.
That's so awesome. And that's awesome that you just kind of dove into it. And now I know talking to you a little bit more, you're definitely learning a lot along the way. So could you explain just a little bit more, maybe a little deeper as to why freeze dried candy is so special?
So freeze drying in general, I think is kind of special. I am a hunter, backpacker, camper, and having MREs or foods available to you while you're out in the field without it going bad is what freeze dried food does.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the candy is kind of unique because it's different. It's something that's fun. It changes the texture of the candy and it enhances the flavors. So my age group, I like to say that we can still enjoy those good old candies like Abba Zabbas and Bit of Honey and all that stuff that would tear your teeth out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't tear your teeth out anymore once it goes into the freeze dried process.
That's so awesome. I know I feel like I haven't even tried freeze dried till I tried yours. And I was like shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, I could eat the whole bag in a sitting, like easy.
And most people do.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's really inspiring. But I want to also, for the viewers that want to help, that want to support, what are the things that they can do to, be part of this mission and this movement?
Well, one, if you like freeze-dried candy, definitely order from us. If you have any events coming up, birthday parties, if you're in any sort of service industry like real estate agent, loan officer, insurance agent, whatever that might look like, even a business that gives back to their clients and customers, whether it be gifts, baskets, uh, I love doing custom gifts, bulk orders, and then we can customize it with your business logos, with
Mhm.
your thank you cards. If it's a birthday party, we can specialize whatever kind of candy it is. Like I've got this right here that has lemon heads and fruit roll-ups. So we can customize different colors with the candies. And it's really fun to be able to do that to make it a little bit unique. So inquire about that. If you want to volunteer, we always have time that will be coming up in the near future with our groups that we'll be having, our community groups for volunteering, any events we have coming up. If you just want to donate money or even be on the board, we're always looking for people to help support the organization or connection. If you know somebody out there who was born with a cleft lip or palate, definitely connect us. I want to build this community to be strong and confident.
I love that. And you talked about realtors and stuff. I would love to see what we can do as far as like branding it as like thank you gifts for clients or for closing stuff like that. So yes, I would like to see how we can brand it. Let's say like your freeze dried candies to me, and then it
Absolutely.
could be something I can go to our team. So you know, yeah,
Yeah,
let's get together.
it's really fun doing that too, because then we can be unique and creative about it.
Yeah, and it's so much fun. Like when you see candy, like you just light up. So I'm
Right.
excited. All right. So, I know you've been out and about, you've been connecting. Are there any events or upcoming events that we should know about?
Tomorrow there's the Empower Adventures. Is that what it is? Is that tomorrow? Today's Wednesday, right?
Tomorrow is the Daddy's Tacos?
No, the
Or
other
no?
one,
Oh,
the kickoff for, I am
or
so
at
sorry.
Paloma?
Yes. There's the
The
kickoff for the,
registry. Is the registry? What is
yeah,
it?
the Empowered Adventures. I should
Okay.
know this. I will be there sharing a booth with KM Macarons. So we'll
Oh,
have some
yay!
candies for
I
sale
love
there.
that.
We have another pop-up coming up towards St. Patty's Day that will be at the VA hospital.
Mm.
Um, and that's all I can think of as of right now. We are going to be doing some come Mother's Day. Spring, we're looking at possibly looking into is it the Lakeside Market?
Mm. Where's that at?
The farmers market, not Lakeside
Oh,
Farmers
okay.
Market. Empowered Ventures, that's the one that's coming up. Tomorrow. The Riverside. Is it Riverside Farmers Market?
I think
Anyway,
so.
we're going to be looking at a couple of different farmers markets to add. We do have a link tree that you guys can always look at and see what kind of events we're going to be at. I'll be posting them on our socials as well as the website. And we are putting together a newsletter that will be starting in April as well.
Yay.
So
So you'll
that'll
be
have all the
connecting.
information there too.
Perfect. Yeah, and when you get a chance, Andrea, go ahead and put it on the comments below. That way, anyone that's watching, now or later can definitely follow your journey. And also, anyone I bring here, obviously, I do want to bring back every couple weeks. So, we can touch base on where you're at, what you're planning on doing, and yeah, all the fun stuff. So, just to kind of get a little bit more. Details as far as the journey, how it's been. Is there any specific moment or like any specific story that really touched your heart since starting this cause?
There's one that actually, well, there's quite a few, believe it or not. It's just so that way everybody knows it's one in every 1,000 births that are born with a cleft lip or palate, and that's more common than what people realize and understand. Just being in the community representing it more, I have come to find um there's, I want to say, almost 2 to 3 degrees separation of someone knowing someone or a family member. There's a gal that I recently met that actually runs another nonprofit, and she educated me that her mom is in her 60s and has had over 38 surgeries so far along the process. When we
Wow.
were at a, yeah, it's very common. When we were at another pop-up, another gal had came and was telling me her story, and she's in her 50s and actually is trying to decide if she wants to just go dentures early age because of the a lot of the surgeries and her gum growth, what has been a very challenging process because of the cleft.
Yeah.
Um, and then there's a lot of dentists too that I've come across. One actually who helps specialize in clef as well has a child that has a clef.
Oh wow.
So there's been a lot of interaction, a lot of people that I've been meeting, which is great, to be able to bring that community together. Like I said, and our goal is to be able to start play groups, event
Oh,
groups, community involvement with other nonprofits, sponsoring athletes, getting these people out there to continue to live life to its fullest, confidently.
that's amazing. And I love that you do this, Andrea. I know it's not easy. If you could go back in time, um, and give yourself one piece of advice before starting Candies for a Cause, what would it be?
Uh, do the business operations and paperwork prior to jumping in to just manufacturing.
Hmm.
So making sure all the business structure is in place and knowing all that and having the right people in your corner.
That's awesome. I know sometimes you just learn as you go and it's tough. You have those tough days.
You just get
And
excited and you want to do the things.
you do, and that's yeah, I can relate to that. But as far as impact, have you received any messages or like feedback from families with doing this mission?
Not at this time. I actually have my first meeting Friday with our local cleft team, our Northern Nevada team that manages and supports all of those born with clefts.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be putting into structure implementation. They're going to educate me more on what they find the needs are out there. Out of the gate, we're going to be implementing supply packs.
Oh,
So, all the babies that are in the process of preparing for surgery, they'll get a pack from their physician,
oh,
whether it be their oral surgeon or their dentist, that will have all the supplies that are necessary for this process. So that'll start happening right out of the gate, and then we'll start doing application process for those who might need funding for different appliances that are needed, support with surgeries. So I meet with the cleft team on Friday and we'll get more feedback on that to be able to start helping the families soon.
that's awesome. Wow,
Yeah.
just a lot in store for you here in the future. A lot of movement going. So, but fun question to kind of pivot a little bit. If you could only eat one type of candy for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Freeze dried, you mean?
Any
Or just
candy.
any candy?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna go with what kind of freeze dried, and I would have to say fruit roll-ups.
Oh, okay.
They're really good. And they're not too sweet, but they're really good.
The freeze
Nice and
dried, right?
crunchy. Freeze-dried fruit roll-ups.
Oh, I love that. I love that like your candy also melts, like, in your mouth,
Just
like as soon as
dissolves.
you, yeah, it just dissolves. It's like cotton candy, kind of.
Yeah, some of them are.
Like a
Yeah,
crunchy, yeah. I like it.
they're
Have you
fun.
ever had like that surprising moment when someone first tries freeze dried?
Yes, I love watching people try it for the first time because they don't really have a huge expectation. Um, and like I said, the flavor is more enhanced. So it's a stronger flavor than what you normally would have. The king cakes, for example, king cake is like a
Mm,
cinnamony donut type kind of. And when you
yeah,
bite into the freeze-dried king cake, the cinnamon is just so powerful and it's so good. It is so good.
that's awesome.
It
Yeah, one
shocks
day.
people.
It, I love it. I love your stories too. I was following. I was like, King Cake's Chronicles. I was like, oh my gosh, what does it taste like? It's so colorful, and I'm like, one
They're
day, one
good.
day.
Yeah.
Well, for anyone watching, all little actions count, whether it's a bag of candy, sharing the mission, and even just sharing the kindness, spreading the word out. It does go a long way. So, anyone that's watching, definitely follow Candies for a Cause. It's amazing what Andrea is doing for the community. So, please support, like, share, tag anyone that would like love more information. So, Andrea, do you have any other like last words?
Just keep an eye out for us. We will have an event coming in the springtime and pop-ups regularly. If you have any questions or concerns or just, want to say hi, definitely reach out.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Andrea, I'm always here to support you and whatever you need. I'm excited for your growth. Definitely would love to just keep spreading the word of your cause and what you do for the community. So, thank you. Other than that, if you guys have any other questions or you want to ask Andrea, just leave in the comments below.